Hello, my name's Andy and welcome to the garage. Well, here's my next restoration. Corgi Fiat X19 two-seater in silver. Looks the original paint, very chipped and play worn. Everything's there though, including the tow hook, which I'm pretty sure a Fiat X19 never had. Gonna look forward to doing this. I like seeing these running around the town when I was a young kid. They did look the business. Those wheels are just pushed in, they should just come out. Yeah, axles are clean. It's not a rusty old model. There we are at the back. Engine just pulls out to leave quite tidy cabin. For once, the look of a manual gear stick, can just see it with my thumb behind it, as it would have been. So that's quite nice. Let's open the doors. Nice bit of detailing in the doors, look. Let's see about this glass. Oh, right, just wiggled the glass there and the dashboard's out. Quite nice. And the glass is out. Now, not sure how these are held in. There's a pin there. I think these will come out actually. Not sure, that pin's quite dug in. I might end up painting it with the doors on. Anyway, and the black roof is just part of the casting. So there we have our Fiat X19 by Corgi. Apologies, there was an accident in filming and I didn't give you the overview of our little Fiat X19 before I took it apart and cleaned it. So let's try and make amends now and do it in reverse. So quite a new casting really. Metal base, Corgi X19. There were two very strong rivets in there. Doors open. Nice bit of detailing on the doors. Roof was painted black to simulate what was the lift out Targa top. Glass is good. Few scratches. Wheels are not bad. Maybe some black paint. I don't think I'll re-chrome them because I quite like them, the subdued look like compared to the engine chroming. Nice cabin interior, nice dashboard. See if we can give that a bit of bling. I'm sure the wheel comes out. Oh, it's a very strange fitting. Look, it's quite square. I don't know if you can see that there, yeah. So I'm sure that will come out later. Maybe not now. And it's, see there, it is slightly inclined upwards. If you move that way and you've got it straight against the blue, that's better. You can see it is slightly inclined upwards, the steering wheel. It's two-seater, body's good. Manual gear stick, for once we've got that right in the model. Handbrake, all very good. And the rear engine cover just slips into there somewhere when it's on the model. Lifts up to reveal a blingy engine. Now the only thing that concerned me was the tow hook. Seriously, that is one of the lightest two-seater cars you'll ever see when it was out in its day. In the 70s I remember seeing them. They were never going to tow anything. No way. So I've given the body a bit of a clean. There's a bit more. Nice bit of detail in there, look. Fiat badge, front and rear. So there's a bit of a dimple there. I can feel that. I think you can There you can see it now, just there. Try and flat that out. So that is our little Fiat X19. Just getting rid of that dimple on top, and the lines here to the rear, on the rear wings, are quite sharp, and then I noticed it's the same down here. So they're the only real casting lines potentially that I can see, but I'll have to check Google Images and see if they were the real deal. They could well be, because it's the angular shape, the wedge shape that was coming out in those days, and there weren't as many curves as there are today. That's a fact. There we go. On the base plate at the back, this is definitely a casting line here. That would have all been one piece, so I can get rid of that line. The front's okay, that's okay, it's just that little bit at the rear. So I'll just use some 400 to get rid of that. Which just brings us back to the body. Now these were curved edges over the rear wings and front wings. And I don't know if you can see there, I'm going to have to try and get that to show you. You can probably see that that is quite a straight edge. It's got quite a point on it. You might see it better on that side. So I'm just going to get a file and I'm going to just gently go over those like that and just round them off a bit. Because when you get close up, if you could get the right view, they do look a bit razor sharp, to be honest. And they wouldn't have been, certainly on the front. All the pictures I've seen, they're not as sharp. Oh, and I accidentally drilled straight through the boot. So never mind, just got to flat that off. Now I've repaired it. So I'll get on with just a bit of gentle going over, round those edges off like that, and that's all it is. Just a bit of rounding off. Because they do feel a bit sharp and prominent. Okay, I'm hoping you can see the difference now. I've done this side of this wing look, and I can feel it's like a smooth curl over. But if you see this one, it does look different, and there's an edge there. There's an edge there, and that's the edge I'm trying to get rid of, because I can't see that on any pictures. I must admit, I've only seen a few X19s in my time. You don't see many about now. I've done the rear as well, but I'm sure they didn't have razor sharp edges on top of the wings. Right, there's our little Fiat, all polished up. 400, 320, 400 to take the lines off, 320 is a general going overall, then 2000 to just go over everything like that, get as smooth a finish as possible. Also rounded off the underside of that, the rear of the car. And that will be our little Fiat. When I get it back together there. That's it. And aren't those good doors just gorgeous? Look at that, the detailing on that. I'll have to go and Google Images to see how they should look. But it's into the white spirit and into primer. Next time you see it, probably be in paint. Okay, the windscreen's clear now on our X19. Bit of 2000 followed by some 3 and some 5. Really brought it up nicely, front and back. So time to just give it a dunk in the floor polish. You see she looks really good now. And put it to one side. Another stage complete. So we're just going to give the interior squirt with some car cleaner and give it a polish. It's coming up okay. I'll just keep working on that. Right, we're just going to give the wheels on the Fiat a bit of black. Let's make them that little bit better. It's just like black spraying them when you get them on your car and they're a bit old. Just give them a spray of that tyre reviver. So that's one face side done. Not a lot of wear on this Fiat in terms of wheel wear, but paintwork wasn't brilliant. Probably been shoved in a box, you see. Loads of other ones clanking into it. Put that one down. On to the next one. Never driven one of these. I do remember seeing them round and liking them. You don't see many about today. I think, like a lot of 70s cars, rusted away unless they had very diligent owners. There's another one done. Can compare that to one that hasn't. I think you can see it's worth the effort. So we'll let those dry now and I'll do the other two later. Okay, we've got our little Fiat X19 engine. We're just going to chuck it in a bowl and give it a go with the oven cleaner. Oh, really was too bling for me that, so it's got to be changed a bit. Right, we're back with our little Corgi Fiat X19, and as you can see, the blue paint's gone on really nice. This is the paint I used on the Fiat X19. It goes on really well, and it's a great paint. Unlike this, which I tried to paint the Fiat X19 with twice, and I just couldn't get it right all over the car. Some parts were a bit patchy, spots, etc. So after 2 attempts, I thought I'll go safe with that blue. I've used that blue before. As you can see, the roof's not so shiny, but that was really a tiger top, so that needs to change anyway. The blue's gone on really nice. Pleased with that. I kept the base blue as well. The base has no detail car-wise on it, and I was doing that Ferrari and I thought the red base looked nice, so I went with the blue base. The wheels have come up really nice. The glass is really good. Steering wheel just needs a blue dot for the Fiat badge in the middle. The engine needs painting black or spraying black. I've looked at some pictures online, they were nearly all black in that tight engine bay at the back. And looking at the interior, we could do a shade of blue on the seat inlays, because it looks like they had that. And on the doors it would be blue, apart from the black door handle and the speaker you can just see there. So there's a bit of detailing to do, and then obviously around the body. So let's get on with some of that, shall we? Okay, just this bit of detailing round here now. Right, I hope you can see that's been done now. Not bad little job, if I say so myself. Right, this little bit's black as well. And these little ones at the rear too. Right, that's that done. Door handles were not black. They had slight blacks around, but they were really chrome silver. So I'm just going to check on those again before I put this away. Right, I'm just going to do a little bit on the door handles. We don't need a lot of paint for this. Oh gosh, chipped the door there, opening it. I'll have to touch that up later. And that chip's really quite soul destroying because this paint has been drying for about 4 or 5 days. Right, the other thing to do is these little grills on the rear wings, the pillars. Right, so there's one side, there's the other. Not too bad. I'm going to put that down, let that dry off. I just forgot to do these grills. I've been back looking at some pictures of the Fiats, and those little grills in front of the windscreen do need doing. So on with those. Right, that's the first one done. Okay, I've just been doing a test for our Fiat X19, and it's for the roof. I wanted to know if I could paint it with Umbral black gloss without getting brush marks, which I can. This was a badly scored roof, so that's why it looks a bit scrappy. But I also had some of this. There you go. Armor Custom Shield. Now you spray that on. It's highly inflammable. It's, if you swallow it, you could die. And you just spray it on the roof, and I think you can see there, that is a great vinyl roof. And the great thing is, if you get it wrong, you can peel it off, look. It's just a thin coat of vinyl. So I thought, when I put this on, this looked horrible, by the way. Blobby, etc. It says you should give it 3 coats. I might give this test one a couple more goes, but I'm thinking of using the Armor All. I've not seen anyone else do it. You can see how thin that film is there. As long as you don't swallow it, you'll survive it. And what else does it say? Vapours may cause flash fires. So definitely one to be careful of. Right, underneath here is our little Fiat, and we're about to do the roof with that Armor All black spray, which dries like a vinyl. I've given this 2 sprays and peeled it off. So I'm going to go for 2 coats on here straight after each other. It looks a mess. I'll bring it back over, show you what it looks like. I'm not going to film it because it is just spraying, and hopefully I can peel this off in more or less one go. Right, straight out of the spray, and it's got to come straight off. There it is. It doesn't look brilliant at the moment, but it normally dries okay. So I'm going to put that down, leave it, and hopefully it's okay. If not, it should just peel off with no damage to the paintwork, especially on a smooth surface. If that had been a rough surface, it would not peel off in a go. So it's got to be a smooth surface this goes on to. Now let's pick it up. The roof's still drying, as you can see, but it looks nice. I'm pleased with that. Lines are good. So I'm going to put that there. I'm going to leave it to dry. It's had about 40 minutes. I did give it a good coating. It's come out okay. Be nice to do a whole model in it one day, I suppose. That'd be interesting. Probably a bang eraser. Anyway, let's leave it there to dry and see how it finishes. It can always be peeled off. Well, the roof didn't turn out too bad on our little Fiat. There's just a mark there that you can see. To be honest, I don't know if it'd have been better painting it. I've tried something new. It's gone sort of okay. I'll try it again. I need a few more goes, but I'm off to leave that as it is. And I'm going to get on with detailing the rear. So here and here we've got yellow indicators. Here's red. Now there was a reversing light just there and there. I'd have to cut those out myself, sort of. There's no casting mark to do them, and obviously some sort of number plate. But anyway, let's have a go at the yellow first. Got my usual 5/0 brush, and we'll see how we get on. Right, both rears are done. Hopefully you can see that. It is really just a matter of pushing your brush into each corner. You're not actually painting at all. Right, we're just on with the rear brake lights, etc. now. And this is more of a paint than a push. It's push into the corners. Quite got that one done yet. And there we go, that's the rear lights done. I hope we got some of that. Now, I've been looking online at what the Fiat badges were on the rear here and the front. They seem to be red with a bit of a silver outline, so I'm just going to put a dab of red on there, and then I can leave this to dry. So it's going to take a bit of time. It's very hard to see actually. Let's be that. Don't know if you, let's move that into view. It's one done. That one is raised a bit, as is the rear. The rear's not raised as much. It's had quite a bit of sanding at the rear. That's the rear done. So I think that is quite a lot of the detailing done. There is just a bit of Molotow pen to go on those door handles, and maybe when it's dry a touch around those red dots. It's assembly time on our little Fiat. That new roof didn't come out too bad. I've left it as it is, but as you can see there's a little mark there. But when I did my test car and I knew I wasn't doing anything, I got quite near perfect. And the paintwork wasn't as good. But anyway, that's paintwork in general. Right, so let's just take a look before we start putting it together. Little Fiat badge on the front, indicators, door handles being done, rear marker, lights at the rear. Not putting a number plate on, going to leave this one in showroom condition. Little Fiat badge again, and of course the roof. I did the seats in blue in the end. I thought it'd be a nice touch. It was a bit bland. Just a bit of bling on the handbrake and the gear stick. Wheels were just repainted in black. Steering wheel just had a little Fiat red dot. Glass was fine. I decided to go blue with the base because I quite like that Ferrari red base a couple of weeks ago, last week. And indicators done. So quite like that. I won't do that every time. Left the engine cover as was. Painted the engine black. A lot of the ones I saw on the internet were black, not chrome. You could have almost done any detailing you wanted on the car. You could have painted these black, these like little vents. You could have painted this whole rear end black, this sculpted out bit with the lights. So there's nothing strictly to follow on this model. Right, let's get it together, shall we? The first thing is the glass, which as you can see has come out really, really nicely. So pop that in. Straight in. Then the steering, dashboard, etc. That goes under the door hinges and over. That's in. I think the boot lid must have gone in next. Struggling to get that in. Let's go in there. That's in. Then the engine. did that go in afterwards? I'm not sure because I haven't been able to watch the video, of course. Looks like the engine was clipped there to the rear. So that will go in as one. So it's just that means it's going to be a bit fiddly. Can close the doors, that'll at least keep the dashboard in. Could always glue the engine down, I suppose, but it wasn't originally. Yeah, looked up there somewhere. Ah, maybe I haven't. There's a bit of movement around there. And it is that engine moving. Might have to glue it. Ah, it's clicked. Felt like it might have clicked into place there. Wonder if it was the other way around. Ah, of course I haven't been able to look back on a video this time because it was a video recording mishap. So let's just push that back in. And that makes everything seat properly. We can, let's just check we can get the engine up. Engine cover. That looks right. Everything looks right. Good. Wheels on. Right, you may not have seen one of those rivets going in because the camera stopped recording. We're on the second rivet now. Once I managed to pick it up. Quite deep, these rivet posts into the body. Right, let's just check everything looks good. Really does. And we'll just leave that a few minutes. Next time you see it, it'll be on the turntable. Well, here's what we started with. Fiat X19 by Corgi. Quite play worn. Intact though. Just really needs a repaint, it did. Let's see how we got on, shall we? So, here is our little Fiat X19. Lost its tow hook. It's had a new colour, new vinyl roof, using that custom shield from Armour All. Headlights aren't shown because of pop-up. Pop-up headlights are outlawed now. Indicators at the front and side and rear. Doors open to reveal matching blue seats. The engine cover does lift up as you've seen in the assembly, but I'll be surprised if it'll stay up, but we'll try in a minute. Anyway, let's have a bit of info about our Fiat. Designed by Bertone, produced from 72 to 1982 and then 1982 to 89 by Bertone themselves. Fiat produced 140,500, then Bertone made 19,500. The early models had a 1290cc transverse engine from the Fiat 128, developing 75 brake horsepower, 0 to 60 in 12.7 seconds and a top speed of 106. That was a 4-speed manual gearbox. In 1979 it had a new engine, the 1498cc, developing 85 brake horsepower, 0 to 60 dropped to 10.4 seconds, and top speed was introduced to 112 miles per hour with a 5-speed gearbox. It was a great design, this, with the first of the cheap mid-engine sports cars, and it paved the way for things like the MGF and the Toyota MR2. It also showed how dated the MG Midget and the Triumph Spitfires of the day were. Unfortunately, the Fiat used poor quality steel, and many of them have probably now rotted. It got its name from X for prototype, 1 for passenger vehicle, and it was the 9th prototype passenger vehicle, and that's why it kept its name Fiat X19. Well, I do hope you've enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe. It does mean a lot if you like and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers by the end of February, and then 1,000 by the end of the year, so everyone counts. I know more than 1,000 people are watching, way more than 1,000, so if you wouldn't mind just clicking that subscribe button, it would be much appreciated. Right, let's get the doors open if we can without chipping them again, and let's see if we can keep that boot lid up. And there is our little Fiat. You can see the blue seats now, you can see the cockpit, you can see the black engine bay. Doesn't she look lovely? Nice shiny wheels, showroom condition. I'm really pleased with the paint job on this one, apart from that chipping that appears every time you see to open a door. Some detailing on the door cards there. I'll put up a picture of one that I tried to emulate when I did this. I saw it with the matching paintwork and seats and door cards, and that's the one that caught my imagination, and I thought I'll follow that one. Okay, thank you for watching. Catch you another time. Bye for now. Well, there is our little Fiat in the cabinet. It's a very good roller. You may notice I've had to put a lollipop stick in front of it to stop it rolling out the cabinet. And that Maserati wanted to make a break for freedom as well. And there it is next to the last one I did, the Bedford CF van. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to catch you next week with another one. Please like and subscribe, it does mean a lot. Bye for now.